Yeah, Adam's a player that when we were recruiting Adam to come here, and that's a big part of the process these days when you're trying to get quality players, is the actual recruitment process of convincing the player and sometimes agents and the people that represent that player why your club's a good landing spot for the player. And in Adam's case, a big piece of that equation for him and his people was that he would land someplace that could help him develop, that could help him grow, and frankly move him on in the future to another club. So I think Adam's aspirations coming here, this was a big part of it, and we understood that, and that was part of the way we were able to recruit Adam and get him to come to our club in the first place. I think for a certain level of player, really exciting players that are still developing and growing but can contribute in big ways to our club, being able to show them this is a club that can help them grow is critically important. I can say pretty confidently, if not for moves like the move we just did with Matt, the move we did with Tejan, guys like Barrero, Petrovic, I don't think they would have come to our club. So, those are some really like one-to-one, examples of a goalkeeper seeing what happened with another goalkeeper, of a dynamic wing-type player seeing what we did with another dynamic wing-type player, and using that as a thought process. So I think for us as a club, the vision for this club going back a number of years was to really compete at a high level in our league. And in order to do that, we knew we had to bring in better quality players, higher quality players, and really high potential players. And I think we've been able to do that. I think the moves we've made recently, while they sting, especially for us here who are trying to build it, it certainly stings in the short term, but it really helps open up the recruitment process. And we've seen that already twice this year with the two players that we've already brought in, and we'll continue to see that now that now we've moved Adam. We'll be looking for some inbound transfers. And again, that's another player that we can point to players that we're trying to recruit to say, look, this is another player we positioned back in the top league in Europe. And that's really important if you're going to convince good players to come to your club. It's an ongoing process for us. So we're going to continue to invest. We're going to continue to bring players in. This is not a one-time thing for us. And I think, again, already with Dylan Barrero, you see this year a multi-million-dollar inbound transfer for our club. We expect to do more transfer activity this summer, and we're going to continue to grow the club. I think there's always going to be room for players that will spend long periods of time with the club. I mean, we had Andrew Farrell just last year pass the all-time minutes mark for the club. We've got great players that we brought in recently, like Gustavo Bo and Carlos Gil, that I foresee being here for some time. But in the world of soccer, you're really going to have some players that are going to come in, develop, move on, and then be replaced with other talented players. And I think the more you can do that, the more you can grow that way as a club. It opens up more talent to come to your club. And that's really important to us, that we continue to bring in better and better talent. I think with this most recent move, hopefully it's just one of many to come, not outbound, but inbound to the club, and players like Adam that, if you want to get players like Adam, who's been a great contributor to our club, you need to be able to show players that you're willing to help them move when they're ready to make that move. And I think this is a case that, from a club perspective, we always want to hold on to great players. Frankly, that's the easiest thing to do, is you find a great player and you just hold on to him as long as you can. But that doesn't always align with the player needs, which is totally fair. But it also, if you do it right, what we want to be able to do is to use that to recruit more players into our club. And we've already seen a little bit like that, I said, and I think we're going to have the ability to do that even more so in the very short term and long term.